We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to break through key resistance levels and hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 9:45 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength down 42 vision, and call options went up 80% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, holding itself up here and trying to retest key resistance levels. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I'd watch going into tomorrow, what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular, beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 9:50 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 130% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from white with red borders to bright green bars last week on Thursday to Friday, and continuing to hit bright green bars in today's volatility. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bull indicator at the 457.60 level. Came back down towards it in the middle of the day, and it brought itself back up with strength, coming to retest the highs of the day, and today breaking out above the key resistance levels we were watching up here near the 460-50 area. Now, the next resistance above that was 462, and it's up here fighting to stay close to it and try to break above it here in the after hours. So far, hitting highs on the day of 462.16. Definitely something to not ignore here on the 30-minute, and continuing the staircase effect within the volatility. Now, what's going on here on the 1 hour? We're going to go ahead and take a look at the bigger picture. Well, it's been under a bull indicator since down here at the 455 level. Used it as support on the pre-market of Friday. Quickly brought itself up. Did the double bottom in the middle of the day. Continue to break through key resistance levels as we saw the 459-460 area as a crucial level. Used it as support in today's pre-market and pushed itself away from it, trying to retest newer highs up here. The next resistance of 462. Definitely something to not overlook here is that within this strength, the staircase effect is there and the bull indicator is still in effect. No bear indicator in the process just yet. So I'm going to be watching the 1 hour really closely going into tomorrow, as well as the 30-minute if the things start to slow down and if a possible bear indicator pops up in the process, right? So those are the things I'm going to be watching very carefully here with the bull and bear indicators on the 30-minute and 1 hour. On the 15-minute, if we go ahead and zoom in, we could go ahead and see here within the volatility a bull indicator that popped up and was used as support in the middle of the day as it brought itself back down towards the 459.90 area, double bottomed, and it went ahead and retested the highs of the day of 461, broke through it, and reached the resistance of 462 that we were watching, and this bull indicator dominated within the whole entire day for today's trading day, right? So I'm going to be watching, could it continue to dominate going into tomorrow? Will things slow down? What key levels will I watch? That's what we're going to break down in just a moment, and what's going on with the inflow versus outflows. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with inflows picking back up here into the opening of the bell. Outflows had began in the after hours, and they tried to dominate here going into the open, and it quickly switched from red to green, got itself back up above the midpoint here on the 30-minute, and we can see that strength reflecting into these charts. Now, inflows hit highs here of 1.62, and it could still go higher based off the history of the chart, right? It's hit highs up here of 2.73, even 3.88 on Friday. Not guaranteed to hit those levels, but based off the history of the chart, there is room for this to continue upwards and continue pulling away from the midpoint and continuing to reflect that strength into these charts if the bulls continue to reappear. Now, we could see that inflows have slightly slowed down, but they're still dominating even though they're sideways. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see in the bigger picture, outflows are nowhere near here. Inflows started to pick up on Friday. Things leveled off here. A little bit of volatility into the open, but the inflows continued above. And this is some of the highest inflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks on the 1 hour of 3.73. And I'm going to be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow. Will it hold itself up, or will outflow start to begin and start to reflect that weakness into these charts? Definitely something to not ignore going into tomorrow. Now, in the volatility, we could see how the outflow slightly crossed over in the pre-market on that pullback from 460 to 459.50 and into the open. Quickly that strength started to reappear. Inflows crossed over, and you could see on this pullback the chart didn't completely collapse because those outflows never crossed the midpoint. They started to begin, but it never crossed, and quickly after it started to pick up again, and that strength continued to reflect into these charts as the inflows dominated all day, right? And you can see that in the charts. Now, in the after hours, outflows have sharply started to begin, and I would not overlook this in the volatility if these outflows continue, because it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts, and possible bear indicators could start to pop up. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys. And the first support level I would watch on the SPY stock on the S&P 500 is the 460.50 area. If that gets broken through, the next level I'll be watching is 458.50. And below that, if these outflows continue to the downside and they reflect that weakness into the 30-minute as well, the next support below that is the 455 area. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up, pull away from the midpoint, reflect that strength here into these charts, and retest the highs up here of 462. If that gets broken through, I'll be watching if the inflows could pick up on the 30-minute as well. And the next resistance is 465. If that gets broken through and used as support, then I'll be watching the 467 level. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows here on the 15-minute, I'm going to be watching them, as well as on the 30-minute. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.